Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. This is our place, right? I can see so many of our people. I recognize some of our senior friends, Mr. Wilson, Honorable, I'm loyal. Um, I want to welcome everyone today for this beautiful occasion. You know, I always love it when youths gather like this to share ideas and to learn from each other. You know, the journey of life requires a lot of learning, and for intentional people, we should take it upon ourselves to make sure that we acquire all necessary knowledge to be able to move through life and avoid unnecessary mistakes for us to maximize our potentials. All right? So, my topic today will be my bold business story. So, what we are doing now is story time. Story time. Story time. Okay. I believe all of us here as youth have ambition and aspiration. And as we advance in life, there are things we must come in contact with, and they won't be pleasant. In my journey, as a businessman, it hasn't been easy because we've tried so many things. Field phase group, the story I've started. Field phase group started in 2018, but the zeal I had about opening the business, this environment and the circumstances surrounding me was not matching together. It took me 1 year to kick off in 2019. And I believe some of us already have our companies registered, but we think we are not doing anything. Do I have such people here? We think we are not on the right track, but trust me, it is not something that happened overnight. It is something that has a process and obstacles and some setbacks. But bearing in mind that these things are bound to be met along the line, it will be easy for us to pass through it and not be discouraged. Now in 2019, we started off the business. Before 2019, 2017, I went to Lagos to learn electrical. For some people that know my family, they'll be like, how will you go to learn electrical? Hey, boy. But my dad is someone that always insists on you passing through the process. So it's not just about being there to support you with money to start off the business, but you have to learn the trade so you won't mess up the money. And as young people, we should also know when we have the capabilities to do some certain things. If out of excitement you go into something without assessing your advantages and the things you have as a plus or strength, you will mess up any opportunity that have been given to you. So in 2017, after spending like 3 months plus in Lagos, I knew I could not run the business if they opened the business. They were ready to give me money to start off the business, but I knew I had something lacking in me, and that is character. I was extravagant. I don't know money management. I knew I needed to learn money management. I needed to know the difference between the capital and the profit. And as a business person, we young people should know that it is the same procedure for big businesses and for small businesses. You must know the difference between your seed capital, and you should also know the difference between your profit and the things you set aside to help in growing the business. So knowing fully well that I lacked the ability to run a business as at 2017, I came home and told them I don't want to do it again. I cannot do the business. And one thing that made me make that decision was I have only one chance to impress whoever that is about to help me. And if I mess up that opportunity, what will be said is that you gave him money and he squandered it. So while you are looking for investors, while you are looking for people that will key into your ideas, also assess yourself to know if you can handle the finances that you're looking for. That is part of the journey. When you lack such qualities and such abilities, and you, out of excitement, collect money from somebody, or you have sweet mouth, you can convince someone to give you money to start off, then you mess the money up. You see that you've started lowering your chances of success. And don't lie to yourself as young people. Because when they buy you are deceiving yourself, or you think you are deceiving others. So as you journey through business, you should know that there are required skills. Management skills is one too. I lacked that as at that time. So I went back to study more. I went to study law. And a diploma actually, not law person. And after 2 years, I abandoned that one. Then I felt I was now ready to start the business. Then we went and opened our first office at Otiba in 2019, towards the end of the year. All of us were in that office. We were about 7 of us. Me and the workers, all of us are in the same room. So for people that have seen the pictures that have come to my office, I showed them the pictures of my birthday in 2020 and 2019. We are all together in the room. But we had so much dreams and so much plans for the company. But where we were at that point, we were not even seeing it. What we are seeing is where we are headed. So as you journey through life and business, the topic of the program is bold leadership. You should be bold to face the fears and the challenges. You should not pray too much, because prayers does not go well with business. Business is principle. Prayer can help you in some other aspect, but business requires skill and practice. In 2021, we stayed there till 2021, we opened our next office. That brings me to the manpower. As a business person, you should know that manpower and management of human beings is very important. And as leaders, you should have that ability to manage people and not be manipulative. Some people will victimize emotional blackmail. You don't, as a true leader, you shouldn't be blackmailing people emotionally. Rather, you instill whatever you want them to do with love and being strict. We had about 8 staff. We opened the logistics, and for those of us that knew when we were doing logistics, that was when I knew that I did not have the ability to manage people. At some point, we had to close down everybody, the business shut down. Then we then started off back in 2022 again. So between 2021, towards the end of the year till around November 2022, the business was closed. Well, I know people will look at us down and think, we're getting it all right. But for the business that started proper in 2019, after like 2-3 years, the business shut down, and for 1 year we did not operate. Then we started back in 2022 November. And when we started off in 2022 November, it was only me and my wife. I was the one going for inspection, I was the manager, I was everything, while my wife was handling the social media. So the setback, the discouragement, the times you want to give up will always come. In 2022, we started pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. 2023, we then left, because we had so many staff now, we couldn't remain in the space we were. Then we moved to our current office complex now. And for those of us that have been to that place, I know you love it. But the journey The lessons I learned through the journey were: one, I should always remain resilient. Two, I should be open to ideas. And whatever thing I planned on doing initially can change along the line, but the focus should always be there. We teach people personal development in getting it right with pen and Nnam. And through the courses, we take courses, the subjects like personal development, dealing with distractions. These were parts of the things I learned through the journey of business, that there are distractions, friends. Some people will feel like you are even being too ambitious. Some people will think you are being too ambitious. Now, let me tell you the problem. The problem is they see a fire in you. They don't have that fire, or they don't have the zeal to push the way you are pushing. And they will feel like, oh, you will soon succeed, and they are not on the track. They will start discouraging you so that you remain where you are, and all of you will remain mediocre. But in our programs, we always tell the people that there is no room for mediocrity. Will you say that with me? There is no room for mediocrity. We cannot allow ourselves to be mediocres. The things we think about, if you hear it, your head will blow. You will be like, is it in this Enugu that we are thinking of this kind of thing? But we are bold. We are unshaken. For those that have stayed around me and hear me talk, they know that the things I can think of, and the way I'll talk to you, you will know whatever fire you have in yourself that is cold will be ignited. The journey of business is not an easy one. There are times you run into the government. Another aspect of business is finance. During the breakout section, I had this finance thing. The financial aspect of business is something I did not also know when I started off. We ran into problems like FIRS, EFCC, because to me, we are not laundering money. The money we are making, we are ours. But when they started educating me on, in as much as it's your money, you don't move cash around like that. You should go back and learn a lot of things. Business world is a fierce one. It does not respect whether you're a Christian or a Muslim or a traditionalist. Once you can apply the principles, you will get the result. Don't be too spiritual about business, but let your eye be on the goal. Persistence is the only thing that will keep you going throughout your journey as a businessman, because as you pass through any stage, the next stage, the problem of the next stage comes. The problems I used to have in 2022, I don't think about them now. The ones I have now, I never planned or envisaged that I'll be facing them right now. And I know that the next stage, the problem that is coming to the next stage is bigger. But we have to remain resolute. Compare the lifestyle of being an average person. You see how difficult it is? You always be thinking of how to buy basic food items for your children. But when you take it upon yourself that no matter what, it must be done. It must be done. Now your problem will now be something that is not food and basic human amenities or basic human needs. And for you to say you are doing well or you are wealthy or you are comfortable, food, shelter, and clothing shouldn't be your problem. And as young people that want to go into business, we should also know that there's no room for familiarity, like family and friends. It's always good when family and friends pay their bill. That is why we had to bring a manager in our office, so that if you call me that you know my father or you know my brother and you want to buy any of our properties, you have to go to the manager. I'll tell you, I don't even know the price of the property. Because if I give it to you, I know virtually half of Enugu. So if I start giving concession to family and friends, and okay, because I knew you from secondary school, the business will run down. For every purchase you make, for us in real estate, let's say you go to buy a property, you buy 100 plots somewhere. The price of the land does not change because you gave somebody discount. It will not change because you gave somebody discount. And for a company, there should be a profit margin that the company should be expecting. If the company is truly interested in growth, because it's not just taking money today. What is the growth rate of the company or the business? So the price of the land doesn't change. The commissions you pay will not change. The tax people will still take their cut. The rent, the running cost, those things do not change. And as the business grows, more manpower is needed. So if you are giving everybody discounts and giving everybody, hey, because he's my friend, he's my father's brother, my father called me and talked. Give yourself some time, you will come down. And as a business owner, you should know what they call backup funds. You can't be running a business from hand to mouth. Once you sell something, you get money, then you're comfortable. There should be a fund that is on standby for any emergency. For us in real estate, we've had a kidnap incident twice that our people were picked up. One of my former staff is sitting here, and he was actually the one driving the vehicle when they attacked them. He started shooting at them, and we were smart enough to run. They picked up two. You know how it goes, so you don't need to talk about those. If you don't have backup funds, you start planning burial for people's children. There are unexpected things that will happen if you don't plan very well for the future. You will run into a big problem that will crush you. When the second one happened, we believed that it was just planned out. It was a setup. So the guys came to work. They've not even brought down their equipment from the fair. They were just waiting for them. They knew they were coming. So they waited for them where they will stop, where they will park to start working. They just told them. The Muslim guy was praying. So they waited. It was during Ramadan, so they were waiting for him to finish his prayers. After the prayer, they told him, have you finished praying? He said, yes. He said, Allah have answered their prayers. Oh yeah, let's go. They picked them up. They called me like 5 hours later and told me that it was my brother-in-law actually called me and told me that they have picked them up, that they're asking for so and so amount of money. Of course, you negotiate and all that. So, as a business person, we should have a backup fund for unexpected things. Like once it happens, you know, when families of people come to live in your house, they come to your house and tell you that where is their son? Where is their son? Because of carelessness, financial carelessness, you do not prepare for times like this. The day it will hit you as a business owner, you will go to the village. I want to end by encouraging us today. Of all the challenges and all the problems I've shared with you guys today, I'm always proud to tell you that we're flourishing because challenges are part of life. As a kid that wants to walk, you fall. You stand up, you fall. You want to learn how to ride a bicycle, you ride, you fall. Those are the things. If you say because you fell twice that you will not try again, then you're already a failure. Go and ask all these big businessmen. Someone said he has done 50-something businesses. There is only 19 that is working. He's a billionaire. Yeah, he has started 50-something businesses. That is only 19. That is flourishing very well. We will be faced with all these things. And above all, authenticity and integrity should be your watchword. Nigerians are known for scamming people. Yes. Give them money, they'll tell you this is 1 naira when it's 5 naira. But the reason you stay long in business is if whatever thing you say is what it is. Let me give you an example. A guy came to us to buy a property. Then, actually he bought, then he traveled back to Italy. Then he started pitching the idea to another guy in Italy to buy the same property that he just bought from us. When he mentioned my name, the guy said that name is familiar. Then he asked him if I'm related to so and so person. Say yes, that's my dad. Then the guy told him that if it's this person's son, then he'll buy because he has bought some from the dad and it has been what it is. That is goodwill. Always make sure that you satisfy the last customer because it's from that last customer that you get the next customer that will be stress-free. We're doing some work for people that have not seen us before. Like they pass us on the road, they won't recognize me. It's just WhatsApp. And they've never called on video call. They've never sent a family member to check anything, whether what we say we are doing is what we are actually doing, or whether we are snapping somebody's building to send to them. Are you with me? Integrity. It is what will bring the next client that you do not market to. And it's like a pyramid stuff. When you tell one person and the person is satisfied, it goes to the next person. And before you know it, you have a clientele base that you do not know. It's only goodwill, and for the fact that this person recommended you to such a person, you go into business with the person without even, you let their whole guards down. Because us in the real estate, the problem is fraud. You sell multiple properties to you sell a property to multiple people, and at the end of the day, you have a problem. But when what you sell is what it is, then the sky will be your starting point, and the people that are on the fast lane will still crash, of course. Fast lane will get you quick money. Don't always put money as the main thing, the main reason you are going into business. Because if you put money first, the money will come, but at some point it will stop coming. Imagine when I tell like 10 people lies. Defraud them, of course. They will always have bad things to say about me. Wherever my name is mentioned. In fact, some people will be at the verge of closing a deal with you just for the fact that somebody they trust says that you are not to be trusted. The business will go south. Forget about quick success. No success is quick. No success is quick. Go and check all the people. When they start telling you the stories of how this one happened and the other one happened, you will discover that you are just a baby. And you are even on the right track. All right? You're on the right track. Once those mistakes, those setbacks, you think, this cannot work, give yourself time. Now, we are into construction now, but we started praying for this and working towards it as of 2022. And that 2022 was when our office was shut down for 1 year. My current engineer now, I was taking him around Abuja. We'll go to this place, I'll tell him, no, we'll build the house here. We don't have any money. We'll build the house here. We'll get the client that we'll build for. And that was what we were doing. The guy was like, are you sure this thing will work? But the way I look at things is, I don't have any choice. I don't have any option. The only option I have is for this thing to work. Either ways, it must work. And with time, this is 2 years after, we are already doing it. And now, we are doing it without even sourcing for the client. Rather, the clients came to us. So when the setback was, we didn't have any money, we didn't even have any property to sell, but we had the belief that we would achieve this. And that's, now I was with him yesterday, and he was like, you are funny. While we are doing this thing, I never believed you, but just because I knew you, I just said, let me be following you to see if it will work. But 2 years later, he's doing it, we're all doing it, and everyone is happy. So as young youths and that want to thrive in business, take up the attitude of boldness. Face every challenge with all your strength and do not be discouraged. In the Bible, they say when someone was rebuilding the walls of Jericho, and Sanballat and Tobiah came to discourage him. How do you think only you can rebuild the city of Jerusalem? These people will come in form of family and friends, especially close friends that you share your thoughts with. I have people I cannot tell things to because they will only give me negative energy. Some people believe that you will not have the mental capacity to imagine this kind of success. And when you identify such people, what you should do is to stay away from them. Because success is all about action and putting your mind to it and believing and working towards it. Now, for the fact that they cannot imagine it, they will not work towards it. And when they see you working towards it, they will feel like, what are you doing? You are from a poor family. You didn't even go to school. Put yourself in the shoes of Yahoo boys that didn't go to university. But they have, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but they have the belief that they will talk to somebody that is in an advanced country and collect money from them. Someone that with no university education, no qualification, nothing. They believe that they can do it, and most times they do it. So you as a person that is educated, that have the world at your fingertip, why can't you believe in yourself? Why can't you be bold? And why can't you face the challenge? For every business, they say the first 5 years is when they fold. So you should be strong enough to pass through the first 5 years by also equipping yourself with the necessary knowledge. I talked about finance management. I talked about human management. Being a leader, you cannot always be shouting and being autocratic. Leaders are people that people follow willingly, not by coercion. So your workers should be comfortable around you, and that was what we started imbibing into our business. And so I'm moving at the pace that we never imagined. Today, we are not where we want to be, but we are getting closer. And life is a lot more comfortable for us than what it used to be. Then, in that 2022, towards the end of the year, I used to go to the site with the only car I had. Car that I should be using to do big boy. But I don't have any choice. This was the only thing I had. I used it, and before that 2022 November, when we came back, I was in Abuja, I came back to Enugu. The reason I came back to Enugu was I analyzed myself, and I knew that, okay, I relocated from Enugu to Abuja. I was losing influence in Enugu, and I was not gaining influence in Abuja. At the point I almost tried to use my car then to start doing Uber. But why would you be using your Lexus Jeep to be doing Uber? So anybody that sees you know you are broke. Once they see you, they know you are broke because Uber is normal, Spider, Camry, and Corolla. It was at that point I said, how will I get to the point where I'll be using my car to do Uber? One thing I did not mention is that I have a supportive family. But being the last born, if you are always relying on them, you won't own your success. I want the story to be told that my brother worked so hard to get whatever he has to do. So I cannot go to any of them to ask them for money or for anything. If you can assist me in any way, let it not be money. Because what the story be, I gave him money, I helped him, I gave him money. But if you can give me opportunities, if you can give me, let me meet people, then let it be my ability that got me whatever thing I'm getting. I'll be happier as a person. So, you get to the point where you say, I sold one car. I used to have more than one car. So I sold one because I was broke. I needed 350,000. They said the car, they will buy it for 500,000. The car I bought almost 2 million naira. I sold it for 500,000 because I needed 350,000. It was that bad. And when the money finished, the only last resort was either I sell the car or I use it to start doing it. My family, I can't go to them, and none of them knew all these things when it was going on. It was only when my brother saw the car with somebody, he called me and said, I saw somebody driving your car. I said, yes, I sold the car. He said, why? I said, I didn't have money. That is the journey of business. For those of us that are following the news now, We know what the story around Dangote refinery now. They're saying you can't give him oil and all that. It's also part of the challenge as a businessman and as a business owner. Do not relent and do not feel discouraged. Keep your eyes on the goal. Make sure that you are determined. Now, there's a difference between determination and being foolish. Let me just use the word being foolish. You might be determined on the wrong track. So let our determination be on the right track. I said something about assessing myself and knowing that I didn't have the ability to run a business as at that time. Imagine when if you are given like 6 million naira and they say they want to help you, they gave you 6 million naira and you build the money. Do you think they will give you another one? And it would have been that I've lost every chance I had for anybody in my family to help me. What did I do? I declined the offer and came back because I knew deep down. You know, a lot of us want to answer CEO. We want to answer MD of a company. I was excited. I wanted to answer the CEO of an electrical business. But the CEO title is not more important to me than the money. The success of the business is more important to me than the money, than the title. So we should go home after this program to assess ourselves inwardly. Look at the things we are lacking and try to improve on those aspects of our lives. Thank you.